Guten Tag, liebe Schüler und Schülerinnen. Heute sprechen wir über das Präteritum. Today we are going to talk about the preterite. Let's take a look what is what. Okay, so when do we use the perfect tense? When do we use the preterite? The perfect tense is the one that has the two parts. Hat gesagt, for example. Okay, so we have the two parts in the perfect. The preterite is the one that we're just learning. Sagte. Okay, so when do we use one over the other? First of all, we use it in the spoken language. So anytime people speak, especially the further south you go in Germany and Austria, the more you will hear the perfect being used. And also it is used in a more informal situation. Okay, so we have spoken and informal here. The preterite, on the other hand, is the written language. It is used in literature, in anything that is literary, and therefore more formal. So, for example, if you are writing a letter to a friend, you would use the perfect to your teacher, to your boss, to somebody that you don't know well, you would choose the preterite. And no matter what the circumstances, it is best to always use haben and sein and your modal verbs. Oops, there's an N missing. In the preterite, okay? What's the preterite form of haben and sein? Hatte and war. Okay, what are your modals? Konnte, durfte, musste, sollte, wollte, mochte. Okay, so there we go. The preterite then in the written language, as well as in the literary language, and in the more formal situations. Okay. So now that we got that, now we know when to use it. How do we use it? Okay. As we've seen today in class, the regular forms are really rather simple because we take our present tense, we take our present tense stem, wohnen, wohn, and we just put different endings on there, and all of those endings start with a T, and you have your ich ending there, E, and your du ending here, st. Just keep in mind that the ich and the ses, just like the modals, have the same conjugation, and these are familiar too. Okay, I'm going to put the present tense next to it so you can compare that. Wohne, wohnst, wohnt. Pay attention to that. That is very different from your present tense. Wohnen. Here we have your en. Wohnt. Have the t. And again, wohnen. You have the en, as you have here. Okay. So let's take a look at the irregular forms. And irregular always means what? Yes, we have to memorize. So what do we have to memorize? Well, the biggest thing to memorize here, sorry, I did it again. The biggest thing to memorize here is the stem. The stem changes, okay? The stem changes. That means your stem vowel is going to change, and depending on the verb, this is going to change, okay? So in this case here with kommen, our stem becomes kam, Okay, and again we have the ich and the RCS form stay the same, just like in modal verbs, and we only add endings to the du, wir, ihr, and sie, and those are in fact your present tense endings. So this is really nothing new that you're learning here, you just have to apply it differently. Okay, gut. Ich hoffe, dass ihr das versteht. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.